Here are 3 sets of rules where we will have to remember. And what I want to do first is I want to color the different chords. So go ahead and color in your booklets this segment red and this segment blue. So when we think of the rules, we are going to multiply A times B, the part times the part is equal to the part times the part. When we take a look at number 2, of course we're going to color the chords, 1 full chord red and 1 full chord blue. And so when you look over here, this one is all our reds and this one is all our blues. So to remember it, we have the outside, we're going to call it O, and then we're going to have the outside plus the inside equals outside times outside plus inside. And the last one, we're going to go ahead and color one segment red and color the other segment blue. And we're going to have the outside times the outside equals the outside times the outside plus the inside. So these are formulas we're going to remember. So the O stands for the outside, the part of the segment that extends outside. And the whole stands for the inside and the outside, so it's the whole segment. There we go. This one is A times B equals C times D. So the parts of the one line are 14 and 15. The parts of the other line, 10 and X. So we're going to multiply this together. We solve the equation and get X is equal to 21. Here we see segment length. So we're going to take parts of one segment, multiply it, and set it equal to parts of the other segment multiplied. Here we go. So here we go. We have the parts of the segment together, and now we're going to distribute and solve. Here we go. And next we get X is equal to 13. Final question, find the length of TQ. Plug it back in and we find out that TQ is equal to 27 units. Next one, let's start off by shading or coloring in each line with the same color. Then we'll break up the segment and multiply the parts together. We're going to multiply X minus 1 times X plus 6. We're going to use FOIL from Algebra 1. Here we go. X times X is X squared. X times 6 is 6X. Negative 1 times X is negative X. Negative 1 times 6 is negative 6. We will combine like terms. 6X minus X is 5X. From Algebra 1, this just gives us a little Algebra 1 review and gets us ready for Algebra 2. We're going to get everything on one side, so we're going to subtract 120 from each side. We'll find the factors of 126, and they are 14 and 9. We need the product of negative 126 to come out to positive 5. So we're going to make 14 positive and put it in factored form. All right, we got it in factored form. X plus 14 times X minus 9. We set each product, or we set each factor equal to 0. All right, first thing we want to do when we're trying to find segment lengths, let's go ahead and color one segment red and one segment blue. These rules were the rules that talked about OW. I like to call it OO or WO. Depends on how you do it, OWWO. So this stands for the outside. So let's just take a look at the blue segment. What's outside is 3X. And what is the whole segment? It's 3X as well. Now let's look at the red segment. How much is the outside? The outside is 9. And how much is the whole segment? It is 9 plus 16. This is the rule when it is outside the circle. Let's go ahead and multiply and solve the equation. We get 9x squared is equal to 225. Let's go ahead and solve for x. And we get x is equal to 5. Start by coloring in our segments. One segment red and one segment blue. After that, we're going to write down, or we're going to notice that these segments are outside and inside the circle. So we're going to write down the blue on one side and the red on the other side. Let's go. We start with our OW equals OW. We go with outside. Notice that 9 is on the outside and notice that 8 is on the outside. We have our equation set up. Let's go ahead and distribute and simplify. 9x plus 81 equals 216. 9x is equal to 135 and x is equal to 15. Different rules we have to remember. The more practice, the better we'll get.